Hello, 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 my YouTube subscribers and my subscribers to be. Thank you so much for tuning in to Real News Talk Show. I'm your host today, and I am here to come to you about the trial of Amber Guyger. I still have not gotten over how the murderer was treated special in the court of law. I just still cannot get over that. Every day I talk to people about it. They can't get over that. They can't believe that this girl was treated like a movie star in the courthouse. A criminal who actually took a pistol, went into someone's house and shot him down and admitted to doing it. Only thing she didn't admit is that she knew that that was not her apartment. And they went for it. When all the evidence was there, it's just that they did not want to give her the time that she deserved. And the reason I'm saying that, because it was just plain as day. So they fooled everybody. The jurors fooled everyone, and they said guilty of murder. Okay? But they came back. So what they did, they had everyone thinking that, yeah, we found her guilty. Well, if you found her guilty, how could you think that she wasn't guilty after you found her guilty? How could you think that someone that murdered someone in their own home, if it would have been your home or something like that, how would you feel if someone went in your home and shot one of your loved ones with a big red mat? See, I have on this red. You see how bright it is? The red glasses stands out. Red is a color that no one cannot see. Everyone all day today, oh, I like that red, I like that red, that red, that red, that red. The jurors know that red stood out. The judge know the red stood out. The attorneys know the red stood out. The public know that red mat stood out when no one else had one. How could it not? How could it not? When they showed it on TV, I saw the mat, you know, like the hallway, and all it was a big red mat just sitting out like a sore thumb. So when you walk down the hallway, you could see it. Another thing that I couldn't understand is when the jurors were on the news talk show saying the reason that they felt that Amber Guyger actually made an accident, that was an accident, was because of the fact that they felt sorry for her. The reason they really felt it was an accident because they put their personal feelings into the sentencing of a murderer. Those jurors should not have been on the jury. They were too weak. Because on that news talk show, that black girl, that black juror, and she was sitting there with the white juror, and she was like, I just could not give her 20 years. I just could not give her 29 years. I still can't get over that. If you a juror, see, I already know that I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I would not have taken that position if I could not give somebody the time that they actually deserve. I could not take that position. I would tell them, you know how when they go over and they start selecting the jury, when I go up there are many times I let them know I'm too weak for that. I can't do it. I get weak. I can't make those kind of decisions. So if she was like that, which it did show that she was like that when she said, I just couldn't give Amber Guyger, like Amber Guyger was the one that was murdered or the one that was injured, or act like Amber Guyger was the victim, the way she was saying it. Oh no, I just couldn't give her. I'm looking at her like, you couldn't? And she murdered somebody. What if she would have murdered your brother or your sister if you had one? Could you do it then? I was like, oh my God. They chose the wrong person when she said that. She shouldn't have been on that board of jurors. And even the guy that was with her, the Caucasian guy, he shouldn't have been on it either. Because they already said she was guilty. Okay? If you say the person's guilty of murder, why couldn't you give them what they should have gotten? At least 20 years. She said, I could not give her 29 years. Oh no, Amber Guyger, when she get out, she's not going to have a life. This is another case different than the other cases because the other police that shot the unarmed black men, you know, they're gonna get out, do their time and get out and still have a life, but Amber Guyger's not going to have a life. That didn't make any sense. Amber Guyger's going to have a life because you gave her a life because of the fact she only is going to do about 5 years. She's only going to do 5 years. What would make that case so much different? It was different. It was worse because she actually walked in someone's apartment and killed them while they were sitting on their couch eating ice cream. The other officer that she was talking about that actually shot black unarmed men, they possibly shot them on the road, the streets, not in their own home. I didn't hear of them going to their own home. The only case that I heard that some officers went in the home, that was a case in Houston, Texas, when they had an illegal raid and these officers went in and just shot up a home of the Caucasian couple. That was the only other incident. And they're probably going to get more than Amber Guyger. And see, now they're going to wonder, if I get more than her and I went in somebody's house and shot them, and then they gave her only 10 and they're going to give us life, they're going to question that. Those people that's going on trial for that. The police officers that are going on trial for shooting up that house with the illegal raid in Houston, Texas. And I'm quite sure they're going to get more than 10 years for that. So it was something not right with it because she got too much love for being a criminal, you guys. It was just too, I never seen no one give a murderer love like that. Oh my God, that was just too much love. It was something to that story that just didn't hit with me. And I have God. Yes, I do have God. But I know that God can hear you, and it didn't have to be in the courtroom and silent and in peace. My mother always said, just pray to God, and you don't even have to let people know you're praying for them. You just pray for them, and He will hear you. But to go in there and stroke her and make her feel, people rubbing in her hair and, oh, you this and that, and they made her feel special. They made her feel like she was a special murderer. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I wonder how they feel doing that stuff. That was just, ooh, my God. What is the criminal system coming to? I mean, it is designed to put people away that are convicts, that are murderers. And when they convicted her as murder, they should have continued on with the conviction and gave her the proper sentence that she deserved. And to rub it in when that brother begged to hug the murderer of his brother. This is what my brother would want. Hell no, your brother wouldn't want that, because your brother wouldn't want to die. You still living and he's dead. What makes you think he would want to be dead and you alive? Your brother would not want you to be hugging someone that killed him and telling her you love her. If you loved her, that young man, Brandon John, should have just told God, I love her, Jesus. Please be easy on her. I forgive her. You didn't have to go in court and make yourself look silly like that. I never heard of it in no race. I never heard of it in any race. Not just black, but white, black, Chinese. I never, ever, 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 never, ever. So was he saying that to make a mark for himself? Well, he damn sure made a mark, because everybody's talking about it all over everywhere. Like, what was wrong with that little boy? I mean, you have God, but God didn't ask you to get up there and make yourself look like no fool. And then you made the judge do it. And it showed a weakness in that court system. And then to see this, it seemed like everybody was brainwashed by the murderer. The murderer got the stroking from the bailiff, the judge, the brother. Wow. But again, as I said on my videos before, when that brother said, I don't want you to go to jail. What in the hell was you and your family doing in the courthouse seeking for justice for Botham John if you didn't want her to go to jail? You see what I'm saying? He contradicted himself. I don't want you to go to jail. Well, why in the hell was you in the courtroom? Why in the hell was the whole family in the courtroom? If y'all didn't want her to go to jail, then you should have stayed in St. Lucia had not came here for justice. So that didn't make any sense what you said. And it didn't make any sense again when that black juror said that her life is going to be different than the other officers who shot the unarmed guy. She's going to have a harder life. No, she's not. She's going to have an easier life because you made it possible for her to have an easy life after shooting Botham Jean. I wouldn't care if Botham Jean was a white guy and she did it. It's still wrong. It doesn't matter about color. It matters about justice. And that court showed more love towards the murderer than they did worrying about Botham Jean. Everything was, and she showed remorse, and she this and she that. You would have showed remorse as well if you're trying to save your butt, wouldn't you? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't show remorse to try to get lesser time? Do you know about acting? Acting is, people even act out court scenes, you know? I'm an actress myself. I know how to act it out. And all of that. You know, I mean, people act all the time. They put on a show to save their butts. And you know that. And this black juror, to sit on TV and say I couldn't give her 29 years, she should not. She should not. She should have told the people when she went in to be a juror that I'm weak, that I could not do it. Because the way she said it was like she just couldn't do it. She didn't say why she couldn't do it. Well, she did say she wouldn't do it because she was remorseful. That didn't make any sense because remorseful, that word remorseful and murder are two totally different words. Remorseful is somebody that did a crime and they are remorseful for what they did. Murder is that the person is already dead and gone. And like I said in my other video, I said, shoot, that man might come back and hunt everybody. I'm glad I wasn't on that jury, because he may come back and at night when people are sleeping, he may be standing over their beds. You know, they say there are ghosts now. I never seen one. But in this case, his brother may see him again, the jury, and all the people that stood up for the murderer against him when he was sitting in his house eating ice cream, that man may come back in their spirit. There's no way you could take up for someone that actually murdered somebody in their own home. That's wrong. And so I understand that they're opening up an investigation on the judge for bringing the Bible and doing the religious stuff. My thing is that if it's going to be a law and if they're going to approve that, put that in black and white that all the criminals that have done murder like her, they can have some Bibles for everybody, just a big box of them for that. You know, after they get their sentence, give everyone Bibles, hug them, and do the same. Do the same thing that you did for her. That's all I'm saying. Do the same thing. Show them love as well. Because it's not fair. It didn't look right. And the world knows it's not right. I talk to people, all nationalities. Today I talk to Chinese, white, black, and everyone feels the same way, that was not right for the system to give the murderer more love than thinking about the person that was murdered. What do you guys think about it? This is Real News Talk, and I'm just telling you like it is. I'm just telling you like it is. It was something to that story. To say somebody is guilty of murder and then something happened in between that time where now things have changed, that you can't give her years, like the black juror girl said. The black people were saying it more so than the other people, than any other race. I can't do it. Stroking her hair, hugging and loving and rubbing on her and making her feel special, made her feel it's okay. They made her feel it's okay. That's just like if your parents whip you and then they say that's okay for what you did. That means that That person gonna come around and do the same thing over and over. If my mother whooped me and spoiled me for doing something wrong, do you know I'm gonna go back and do it again? I'm gonna go back and do it again because it didn't mean nothing to her, because she still told me it was okay. Oh my God. It is so comical to me. It has gotten comical because now the trial is over. Botham John, life is gone. And my prayers go out still to him and his family and his brother that didn't know any better. But that stuff is crazy, man. It just, people talking all over the world. That was wrong as two left shoes to be carrying on in that courtroom with a murderer like that, stroking her hair, telling her I love you, I don't want you to go to prison. Everything that she need to not have heard, she heard the opposite. She should have said good luck and let her go. Good luck to you in prison. And before the good luck to prison, she should have got 20 years so that she can feel the pain of what she inflicted on Botham John while he's in the ground. She's not going to feel that unless somebody in prison make her feel that, because you know when you go to prison, them people crazy. I don't want to ever go. But they're going to be upset with that too, because you know those people in prison, you know their family have told them, you know what? They was loving on her and she killed somebody and you in here for life and all you had was drugs on you. All of the people that know that that woman got love and they didn't, you know they're going to be jealous in prison. They probably going to have to put her in isolation because it didn't make no sense. It just, I can laugh about it now because at first I couldn't believe what I was seeing on TV. I just still can't. Oh, you going to comfort the murderer. And you saw the big red mat. You saw the racist remark. You saw that she was messing with a married man. You saw that she smoked marijuana. You saw that she failed the polygraph. You saw that she talked about killing Martin Luther King. He was already dead. You saw all of that. But you couldn't do it. That's what the black juror said. What was you thinking? Did you fall in love with her too? The black juror fell in love with Amber Guyger. But if it was her brother and she did all that in court, but back behind the scenes, people that know her, they may say that she just did that because she know better, but she did it because of other people. And she was afraid to speak her piece. Like I say, you could go in the closet and pray. Oh, Amber Guyger, she was remorseful. Oh no, she was very, very remorseful. And Amber Guyger this, Amber Guyger that, Amber. And all Amber Guyger ever said was, I thought it was my apartment. 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 She was acting her butt off so that that could be on tape, because remember, she knows she had her tape rolling. Oh, she knew what to do. And she knew how to play each and every one of the jurors in that courtroom and the judge. But if Amber Guyger got it like that, she might be able to work the prison system too. That's all I'm saying. Because they gave her that boost to go in and to be strong. Unlike anyone else, they didn't get it. And my mother always say, treat people equal. You know, treat people just like you would like to be treated. Because if that was any one of the people brothers that was stroking her, if that was the bailiff brother that was stroking her hair, if that was the juror's brother who all said she was guilty, and then they come back after some mess went on and they changed their mind about it and they got soft-hearted or whatever, or one talked the other into not giving her the proper sentence. All of those people, I can't believe that they did not give her justice for what she had done, saying it was a mistake. Would it be a mistake if it was your brother? I don't think so. Not if you saw a big, bright red mat like this bright red. I'm going to kind of stand up so you can see it a little bit. You see this? You see how bright it is? Bright red. Matt, something like this here. No, y'all didn't do right. I'm just gonna be flat out and honest with you. It wasn't right, and I think he may come back with his shadow. That's a big, big, big black man, and I think everybody that did him wrong, I think he may come back. He may come back. He may come back one day and say, "Why did you do that to me?" The brother, oh my, this is what my brother would want. He didn't know what the hell his brother would want. His brother didn't. One thing we do know, his brother did not want Amber Guyger to shoot and kill him in his own apartment while he was eating ice cream. His brother knows that. Why didn't he say that? Why didn't people say all the stuff that Amber Guyger said wrong and did wrong? Why didn't they say, well, Amber Guyger did this, Amber Guyger did that, she was racist, she was this, she was that? Why? She was messing with a married man and had kids, so her record was bad. She even lied to the police department or didn't turn in papers when she had apprehended a guy that ran away with handcuffs. Why didn't they say that? I haven't heard all that. All I heard is the good stuff about the murder. And that's what everybody's upset about, because it was nothing good about what Amber Guyger did. And she destroyed a lot of families. She destroyed her family because her mother got to suffer because she's doing this little bitty time. She destroyed the married police officers, Martin Rivera's family, because his wife may divorce him, his kids. He was, she destroyed him. And she knew that he had murdered a guy in 2007 unarmed. They could have possibly talked about that situation, and he probably said, "You can get by with it. You can get by with it. I did." You know what I'm saying? Because they wondered, what was that conversation about that you was talking to him when you pulled over? And she was saying it was about work, this or that. And you could tell Amber Guyger was lying on the stand, everything she said. So it was something that went on after they convicted her with murder that changed everybody around. Because if you're going to convict someone of murder, you're ready to give her the time that she deserves. And then all of a sudden, it weakened down. And all the weak people pops up on TV saying, "I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could not." That black girl. I gotta go. It wasn't right. It wasn't right, because now all the other murderers, they want love. They want a Bible. They want to be stroked. They want their hair rubbed on. They want justice like she got. And she didn't get any. And that's what they want. They want their sentence to be 10 years so they can get out on 5. It just showed that she got more attention than any other prisoner. And it wasn't fair, because if you are seeking justice, justice should be the same for all. I gotta go. Let me know what you think. Click like, share, and subscribe. And remember this bright red that I have on. This was the color that was sitting in front of his door that she was standing in the whole time and stood on and shot from. Red. And no one else had one, not even her. Talk to you later. Amber Guyger was guilty of murder. And the jurors changed their minds somehow. Something happened behind the scenes. Talk to you later.